Okay, so hi, I'm Luis, and I'm gonna share a story that I went through as a kid, and yeah. Okay, so what I remember is I was probably in fourth or fifth grade for sure, and my mom was always like had like encounters and all that, and then I remember one day just going home to school and like nobody was there, and then I was like, oh, like I'm gonna just like wash like I had dirty towels and stuff because I was gonna go swimming and stuff. I was like, oh, I need to wash the towels, so I started washing the towels and everything. And I'm like somewhat young, so I just thought I was getting like paranoid and everything about like, oh, like, I'm just alone. And I just felt like as soon as I walked in the house, somebody was already there. Like somebody was already there. Like
Like you
seriously.
felt that
As
presence.
soon as I walked in, I felt like somebody like had was in my house.
Oh shit.
And then I was like, nah, I'm just being paranoid because I'm home alone. And then I continue to do my thing, and I take a nap. And I know Jaren, because at the time my tia was like bringing him back and forth because you had just taken him in. And then I like was like, oh, he's gonna come home. So I took a nap, and then as I'm like taking the nap, I'm like not even tired, but I feel like didn't hear the gate or anything. I'm like, oh, like Jaren's here, and then like I literally feel like somebody's just standing right there. Like I'm laying on my bed, and I remember like I was just like that, and like I'm facing like right here, and I literally feel like something's right there. Like not even like I can't really describe it, but like it felt like it was just like thick air right there,
Oh
if that
shit.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there was a travel like because we get a breeze in the room, and then it just felt like there was just this thick air right there. And then I wasn't even paranoid at first or anything, and then I kid you not, I felt like something was like I like going in me type thing. Like it was so
Like
weird.
possessed kind of a noise?
Yeah, somewhat. But and then like probably 4 hours later, I got sick. And then that night, I told my parents like everything, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm getting sick, blah blah blah. Not even about the whole situation because I didn't even think much of it at the time. I was like, nah, I was just paranoid because nobody's home. So then at the night, I tell them like, oh, I'm getting sick because you get the like scratchy throat. Like
Yeah.
I don't have the fever yet, but I know I'm gonna get sick. And then that night, I told Jaren. I remember I told Jaren. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, like I got kind of sketched and all of that. And then I told my brother. And then that night, really nothing happened. And then the next day, I was so sick, like super sick. I stayed home, and the whole time, I'm not even joking. I was just like in bed, and like I kept like hearing stuff like it didn't sound like a voice, but like it just sounded like a certain like tone was just perfect enough to where like something like was like just I was hearing things. And then I just was like weird, like I just felt like there was somebody always in the room, and whenever I would go somewhere, it was always there. And then so then that's when I finally told my mom because I got super paranoid because I went to the restroom, washed my face, and I felt something really cold. Like when you wash your face and like you get that breeze. Like I was washing my face like to get cooled off, and it like I don't know if you walked into an AC room after you take a
Oh
shower
yeah.
and you feel that.
Oh
I
hell
felt
yeah.
that just on like my face, and then it went down. It was weird.
Oh shit.
And then I was like, what the like? And then I knew that that's what ghosts feel like and all of that, but I wasn't really believing in that. I was like, oh no, like, cause my dad, like, he
Yeah.
doesn't believe in anything like that and
Yeah.
all of that, or I don't know, maybe he does, but like, so then I was like, nah, like, it's nothing, just paranoid, and I'm just still paranoid. And then I continued through the whole day getting sick, and I get that whole thing. I even go outside, and like, I still feel it.
Like in the sun kind of thing, or at night?
Oh no, it could be broad daylight. It was
What?
broad daylight. This was the morning after the night I started getting sick. So it was like I was sick and like my mom was like just stay home and like all that. And then so I'm like, oh, like now I gotta tell them they get home at night, and then my mom does like a little prayer to me because she just thinks like, oh, like it's just like something small. And then the next day I'm not sick and I don't feel anything, literally. felt like nobody, I didn't get that thing or anything. And then I was like, oh, like she went away and all that, and like they thought that had worked. And then my mom got sick, and that's when my mom was confirmed it, because she was laying in bed, and she says that like she knows she was clearly awake, but she thought she was dreaming to where like she thought she saw someone. Like she didn't get to see, like she saw like she like did like a somewhat quick, like she was scared to look, and she said she felt like something was on the corner of her bed, so she covered her face, and then like she did a little peek, and she said she saw like what could describe like a woman's structure.
Oh shoot.
But she said she was super small, so she didn't know if it was like just a girl or just a really short woman.
Oh wow.
And then she got sick, super sick, felt it the whole time she was sick, tripped out way more than I did. My dad got I forget what they're called. I really do forget what they're called. Just like a minor, just like holy water thing and all that. And like, yeah, like we just like splashed, like literally like just splashed it everywhere in the room, like dripped it on the floor, the bed, and like stuff like that, you know. And then like drank a little bit, like yeah, like my mom took it to the extreme, because like she was paranoid, and my dad was like, nah, you're just overthinking it, like like how he usually is. And then she gets healed up. It was just like a normal cold. Nothing again. Nothing. Like no nothing or anything. So then my mom starts to think like, oh, maybe that worked again.
Yeah.
And then like probably 3 months go by, and I finally tell my friends like, yeah, like there's a ghost in our house. Like I'm all like fun about it. Like, oh, she's nice. Like I was paranoid at first, but she's just nice, you know. And then I was like, oh, like with my friends. And then one of them had used the restroom, and I guess like he hadn't told me, but he was like looking through the fridge, and I heard something in my mom's room, which is by the restroom somewhat. And then I was like, I pressed him like when he went in the like back in, and I was like, oh, like you can't be going in my parents' room like that. He was like, nah, bro, like I didn't. Like I was in your kitchen, not gonna lie, but I didn't go there. I don't even know how to go there. Like I heard a
What?
creak on my mom's bed, like straight up, and
Like
you heard
sitting
it.
down?
You heard it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
sitting down, or like someone just laying on the bed?
it was like it felt like somebody had just like put their arm on the bed and it creaked, you know,
Oh
because it wasn't, because I
shit.
know how
Okay.
like a lot of it could creak, and it just felt like a minor one, you know, and it only does it by contact, so it's not like something like foul. There's nothing on it that could have fallen or anything.
Oh shit.
So I scope it out, and then I'm like, I'm all cool about it. I tell the friends like, oh no, it's just her, like we're chilling, like I'm all like fine about it. And then few months, like more months go by, and I get super sick again. And then that's when I start feeling it again. And I remember one time I got super sick, and it was like the worst thing like ever. Like I felt like this person was trying to like attack me. Like till this day I still like, cause at first I thought, oh, she's protecting me, you know, she's only here when I'm sick or you're sick. But like then it got to it when I was really sick, that like I felt like I was getting like attacked. So I don't know if she was just waiting till we were weak to try to get like, you
Take
know,
over, like
yeah.
possess or something.
Cause it was
But
only
did you
when,
feel that it could have been her, or it could have been something else?
well, that was the only thing we saw, but that night I didn't feel like it was her, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Cause I knew how she was. I always felt it. She never stepped on my bed except for like that one time. And my mom told me, she's like, oh, maybe she was just like laying in bed next to you, like if she knew you were sick, you know? And I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, like maybe all fears aren't bad, you know?
True.
And then that night, I remember Jaren was asleep, my brother was, and you gotta remember, I was feeling these with 3 other people in the room, and I'm like sat between them, so it was weird, you know, that they weren't feeling it, and I was.
Oh shoot. Oh yeah. I didn't know.
And then, so then, I'm trying to remember again. Oh, and then that was that worst night. So, the day before, my brother said he heard his wardrobe close
By itself.
by itself. He says he doesn't know if it closed, but we have a little rattle hanger, and it makes a lot of noise, and he says he heard it like clap against the wood.
Oh damn.
And then I was like, no way, like, I was like, so
Did you ever tell
gotta,
your brothers about the story?
yeah, I told them eventually. I was like, yeah, like, this is happening. And then we were all fine about it. Like, it was like a friendly ghost type thing, you know?
Cause there's what I heard. Ghosts usually like in the past life. Cause some some people believe in reincarnation. So some people think you're you were their family member back then. So like you said, they do get attached to you, and they're good ghosts. They protect you. But there's some bad ghosts too. When you're vulnerable and you're less weak, that's when they try to possess you.
Hmm.
Because like you said it yourself, like you felt that you know before you got really sick, you didn't feel that same presence with her. Like
Hmm.
it was totally different. Like it was a
Yeah.
different vibe. It could have been that.
Yeah, it was like really like, I
This,
remember like, at first I was like loving it, you know? I was like, dude, I have a person, like, I thought like, oh, a guardian angel type
yeah.
thing, you know? Like, I got a legit guardian angel. And then, remember, I took a shower that night, normal night, everything. I was sick, but it was normal, you know? Took my medicine and everything. And then, I just felt like, literally, like, I don't know if you've ever feel, like, you know when you feel like you're falling in your sleep? I felt that, but I was awake.
What?
Not as bad, but I felt that. Like, if I, like, I don't know if my body was just too scared to move or anything, but I wanted to get up and I couldn't. So I just started screaming. I was like, Pops, get in here, get in here.
Oh
Like, I'm
shit.
freaking out. Like, pick me up. I can't. Like, it was that bad. Like, I didn't know if I was just too scared to move, but I literally just stood there and let it happen.
Because some people when they get to that stage, it's like, have you heard of sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
No, because my neighbor has that, and I don't think, I've never had that, and I don't think that was it.
It was
Because,
your
like,
first experience, like
because
feeling
I'm
that,
not gonna lie, like, I wanted to move, and, like, I was
but you
moving
could.
my hands a little bit, but, like, I literally felt like if I was gonna move, like, I was gonna fall somewhere. Like, it was crazy. Like, that was, like, something was picking me up in that spot, and only that spot. Like, if I literally felt like if I moved, like, it was, like, I can't describe it. Like, I was gonna go somewhere else.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then, so, my dad comes in rushing, and he already knew about the ghost, so he comes in cussing. He's like, oh yeah, like, F you, get out of my house. Like, cussing. He's like, we don't want you here, get away from my family, all this, all that. So it's coming in with the cross, yelling everything, and my brothers wake up, and they're like, what's going on? And they're like, no, like, I'm not gonna let this happen to you guys, like, no, like, no, like, my dad's yelling, yelling, yelling. Never seen him yell, and it's still, like, I still, like, can, like,
Here,
mentally, like, hear it, like, how he was yelling.
you know why he did that, right?
Not really, like,
Okay, because basically in like Mexican cultures, the only way to get rid of ghosts, I don't know why, but this is the saying, you have to basically cuss at them and to get them out. Which is kind of ironic because you're basically throwing bad energy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
negative energy. But they thought back in the day that was the only way to get rid of ghosts. Because like your dad, he doesn't really believe,
Hmm.
but he wants to protect his family.
Yeah.
So there's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why he did it like that. Because
Yeah.
back in like ancient times, no, not like ancient times, but like back in the days, like our grandparents, that's how they used to do it. Because they couldn't find reason. They couldn't find like a ways to get rid of whatever was going on there.
Yeah.
So and they said that works. So
Yeah. That's. I'm pretty sure that was his 100% mentality. And then he got like he got to the point where he was so mad. He was like, "F this." He's like, "I'm gonna make sure that like you stay in hell and like you don't ever come back." He's like, blah blah blah. Literally went out of his way. Don't know where he went. Probably went to grandma or something and got like this little like, you know the leaves they give you like the straws. Well, it was tied into a cross and like blessed in like so many ways. And then it hung up right in front of my room, and it's still there. And after that night, it was like nothing. Never saw her again after that. Like nothing.
it was peace, more like it was more
Yeah.
calm.
Like
Okay.
it literally felt like a relief. Like it literally felt like a relief in my body. It was crazy. Like if
Like
it
a
was
weight
in,
off your
like
shoulders.
if it was in me and like now it was gone. like after that, I felt no paranoia, and like I don't. After that, legit, I have no paranoia of ghosts. Like I feel like something really protected me that night. Like something really did happen.
Damn, that is crazy. Well, that's a good story, dude. Thanks for the sharing.